In these times, these dangerous times, a world held down by backwards minds, with closed eyes and hearts shut blind. It's a sad and beautiful world, in a sad and beautiful world. What's the use in nations and borders, lines and walls that just divide? I would love it for you to come over, but we were born on the wrong side. Waters rising, knee deep and climbing, politicians go rowing by. Photo albums float by me broken, dreams leaking out, all their memories die. Would we feel the ending if we all started again? But this time with new faces, our lives trading places, in a sad and beautiful world. In these times, these dangerous times, a world held down by backwards minds, a baby's born on a hot muggy morn, in a sad and beautiful world, in a sad and beautiful world. I could sing this same song over, I could sing it again and again. I won't be the first, I won't be the last, but the Clash poured the gas in me when I was a kid. Young minds in the new generation, the revolution is in your hands. Take the reins back, step on a Cane's Jack, don't look back, just take a stand. And all these sensitive colors, you know we all bleed red. We're all born, we die, we live, laugh and cry, in a sad and beautiful world. In these times, these gluttonous times, a world held down by backwards minds, and a baby's born on a hot muggy morn, in a sad and beautiful world, in a sad and beautiful world. Every bullet is mounted for every boy and girl. The sun will come up in Newtown each morning, in a sad and beautiful world. In these times, these dangerous times, a world held down by fearful minds, shots ring out and church bells chime, in a sad and beautiful world. In these times, these dangerous times, a world held down by backwards minds, I was born on a hot muggy morn, in a sad and beautiful world, in a sad and beautiful world, in a sad and beautiful world, in a sad. Is there anybody listening? Is there anyone that sees what's going on? Read between the lines, criticize the words they're selling. Think for yourself and feel.
Good morning and welcome back to the trailer park. I am Chanda-Masta. Don't even ask me how I crashed the first time out, but we rebuilt everything and we're live. That's all that matters. Good morning to the trailer park. How is everybody? I know it's hard to find my show when my streams keep crashing and I gotta tear them down and rebuild them. Hopefully I took the other ones down so people aren't hanging out there. Let's bring the chat in, see if any of you guys made it. Oh yes you did. You always know how to find me. You just keep looking till you find me. Fuck, it's already been a Monday, man. My phone hasn't stopped ringing. I know we're early. We are quite a bit early, but I have a surgeon. I have a pre-op appointment with the surgeon today at 12:30, so I had to be off the air, and we've got a huge deck, and I didn't want to miss anything because there's so much bad shit happening in the world. We have to talk about all of it. Heartland's Media's in the house. Good to see you. Thanks so much, Kit, for supporting the stream on Saturday. We're going to talk about that in a second. I'm going to call out the chat real fast, and so this whole entire week I have appointments coming up. You guys know I'm getting ready to start chemotherapy, and today I meet with the surgeon to put the port in my chest. They surgically insert a port into your body, so that way they don't have to keep poking you and putting IV lines in, which is good because I don't have good veins. And then Thursday, I have a couple of different appointments. In the morning, I'm going to go get shot up with more radioactive material. Yay! And then I go meet with my chemotherapy team. So the doctor that administers chemotherapy is going to give me an hour to kind of go over all of the side effects, how it works, what the protocol is, where I'll come in, and kind of walk me through it. And then I go back to the hospital for a bone density scan. Now, I didn't give you guys an update really from when I went to the doctors all last week. So last Tuesday, I had what they call a PET scan done. And a PET scan is radioactive materials that they put into your body, and then they use cameras, like an infrared camera almost, to take pictures of anywhere that your body... what?
Turn your mic down just a little tiny
bit. Thank you. You could have just put that in my stream.
I did. Everybody did.
Okay. Let's see here. Well, at least my mic's being loud. It was being really, really quiet. Is that better? Hopefully I'm at 0.5%. So hopefully that's better. So they put the radioactive material into me, and it shows you anywhere that the cancer could have spread. And it showed up in my right femur and in my L1 vertebrae, which is not good. If it's in my spine, yeah, Kate's like, or Vic's like, we did! Yeah, I haven't looked at the chats yet. Sorry, guys. That's awesome that my mic is actually working, though, because my mic hasn't been working. You guys know. Yeah, I see I'm tapping out. My mic has not been working, so we've had me cranked all the way up. And there we go. Okay, that should be a lot better. Let me see where I'm pegging at on this. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Yeah, that should be a lot better, guys. And let me know if it's too low, because, I'm just shooting in the dark here. I'm not tapping out anymore, so that's good. Hopefully it's better. I'm looking to the chat. You guys tell me. I love hearing the voices behind the scenes. That would be Cold Fusion. And anytime I hear them when I'm live, I'm like, oh, shit. Well, what's going on? Because, now you're too low. Okay, we can take care of that. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. How's that? That should be about perfect, I would think. Maybe a little too low. Ugh. I don't know. You guys let me know. I'm not going to mess with it again until I hear back from you guys. Perfect. Somebody says perfect. Too low, too low. Up just a bit. Okay, up just a bit. Is that better? Mic check. That should be about perfect. I don't want to be blasting anybody's eardrums off this morning. But Oz, all I did was turn the gain up. I went into controls and turned the gain up this morning. Audio is good. Okay, so back to my story. So I had the PET scan done, and of course, a couple of other places in my body lit up for potential cancer. And it was my right femur, which my leg has really, really been bothering me. I got to say, that's my number one chief complaint for pain right now is in my leg. And then, of course, in my spine, in my L1 vertebrae. So the doctor, I went and met with my cancer doctor. He's amazing. I love him. I did a lot of research before I chose him. He is, his name's Dr. Mack, and he's got a wonderful bedside manner. He's got about 35 years of experience as a cancer doctor, as an oncologist. And he really takes the time to get to know you, to get to know your family. And he explains everything very thorough to you in layman's terms. And he even gives you a hug when you leave the office. Like, he hugged me, he hugged Al. Yeah, he's a very nice guy. And he said, look, yeah, your leg lit up and yeah, your back lit up, but that doesn't mean that that's cancer. That could just be inflammation, and these are spots in my body that I've hurt over the years. And so it could just very well be inflammation. And we're not going to think the worst, because if it is in my spine and in my leg and in my bones, ooh, that's not good. But we're just going to pretend like it's not there for now till we get further testing. So we're going to go forward with chemotherapy starting immediately. So today I go see the doctor for the port, and then Thursday I'll go back to the hospital and they will do a bone scan. So they will go look inside my bones to see if it's actually in my bones. So fingers crossed it's not there, because it's going to be a much harder fight if it is in my bones. But I can tell you that my right femur fucking kills all day long. It's hurting right now. The pain meds don't even really touch it. That's how much it hurts. Anyway, so we had an amazing stream on Saturday. Oz and Beauty and the Boomer, the producers, Abram, Linda, Miss Amber King, and all of our friends showed up on a Saturday when there was a lot of other stuff going on. There was a lot of protesting going on, and they helped me raise about $1,800 just on that Saturday stream alone. So many of you have donated, and donated multiple times, and I just can't thank you enough. I'm in a situation now where I have to have a vehicle. My friends have been letting me borrow cars, and it just is such an inconvenience for them, and I know that. So I'm taking a bulk of the money that I've raised and buying a used vehicles just so I can get back and forth to chemo. I knew that was going to be part of that money. I even put it in the original GoFundMe that I need to secure a vehicle. So that's what I'm doing. We're out looking for, something reasonable for 3,000, somewhere in there. I don't want to wipe myself out money wise, but I also need a car. So, and cars aren't cheap. Even used cars are out freaking outrageous. The newer used cars, holy shit. $30,000 for a used car? Who the hell is going to pull $30,000 out of their bank for a used car? When you think used car, you think 10,000 and under, right? So that's just a sign of the times and our economy. Very crazy. So, much love to Pasta and Fee and Kit and Kevin and Steve Poikiden, Jesse Jett and his partner Jessica, of course the Karaoke Closet, Pat the Batman fan, Jamie Coots, and my new friend Manila Chen. Holy crap, I love her. She's already sending me cancer stuff because, of course, she survived breast cancer. It was a pleasure to meet her on Saturday, and just a lot of great talented music. We just had a good time. 4 hours flew by like that. It's funny because normally, a few hours on screen and you're tired. But I had such good friends by my side that it was awesome. I breezed right through it. And I did go sleep for about 10 hours after the stream. I fell asleep for like 5 hours, then got up, took my meds, and went right back to bed. So it was a blast. And thank you guys so much. Thank you to Oz, who produced it and engineered it, as sick as he was. You guys, Oz hasn't been feeling well at all lately. And that's, Beauty and the Boomer is on hiatus. I know so many of you miss us, and I plan on starting to do Beauty in the Trailer Park on Saturday nights as long as I can. So I'm fighting for time and energy to get up and do these broadcasts, but it means so much to me to come hang out with you, and it re-energizes me. You guys are the wind beneath my wings, as Bet would say, and I just can't thank you guys all enough. Like I said, we raised about $1,800, putting the GoFundMe up over 10,000. 10,000. You guys have raised $10,000 for me. And I'd be so lost without it. I wouldn't have my medicine. I wouldn't have my supplements. I wouldn't be able to go look for a car right now. And food. A lot of this I've spent on groceries because it costs so much to eat healthy. Organic is double the price of the crap poisons that they feed us here in the United States. So, and it goes bad so fast. I must shop every day, to keep organic foods. Because I swear I'll buy like zucchini, and within a day or two, it's already trying to wilt on me. It's like, what the hell? Okay, restream is coming from Beauty and the Boomer chat. Oh yeah, it is. It is. We got multiple streams that are piling in, and it's called the Restream bot. It grabs it and puts it into one chat, which is nice because then I can see all of you just in one chat. Okay, let's get you called out real fast. I think over at Beauty and the Boomer, Popeye's hanging out over there along with the Alchemist. Yeah, I see you. Lady Alex, so good to see you. Thanks for joining me on this Monday. Who else do we got? Bella Lugosi. Bella Lugosi, I found a great cover of Bella Lugosi's Dead. I'm saving it for Halloween just for you. When I saw that, I was like, oh, it's so for Bella. Let's see who else is in here. The Restream bot says, hi, Kate. Kate's here. I'm having a hard time following the Restream bot today. I got Lady Alex. Oh, who else is in here? Grapentine. Hi, Grapentine. What's up? I got Popeye. Vic is here. Rich from Wisconsin. Cold Fusion Gaming's here. Nahilo, welcome. Trying to see. And I'm working on getting glasses. I just haven't had time. I got to take time out to go do that, and I need to. Of course, Oz the Boomer is here. Oz, I can't thank you enough for everything. Chris, my friend Chris is hanging out. Chris, I enjoy your comments over on Facebook. Keep it coming. And hang in there. I know life's kicking everybody's ass right now, especially the people in the South. It's so sad what has happened. And it's so sad, the lack of response from our government. We're going to talk about it. I'm trying to see who else I'm missing. I got Vic. Of course, I got Heartlands Media. Heartlands Media, Kate, great job. I was on your stream this morning. Great job. I just don't have time to talk when I'm getting dressed, so I'm there. I'm just listening. Anthony, good to see you, Anthony. Thank you so much for all of your support. Steve Guy, Steve Wolf, Brett, are you one and the same? I don't know. Sometimes you guys blow my mind with multiple accounts. Let's see who else. I got Rich, and I think I got everybody over there. Let's check the other stream. Natalie! Oh, Natalie's hanging out. Natalie, thank you so much for all your support. So many of you have donated multiple times. Please don't hurt yourself to help me. If you have it, give it. But if you don't, I understand. Let's see. I think somebody PayPal'd me $0.25 the other day. I was like, it broke my heart because, if you take your last quarter and give it to somebody, how awesome. Old Man Barker's in the house. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Okay, let's check the Rock Fit and Rumble, and we'll get this show on the road. What do we got over here? Jim's hanging out. Hi, Willie V. Hi. Good to see you guys hanging out on the Rockfin. And on the Rumble, we got Kate and Ghost Start. We'll do another check in the chat here in a little bit. It always builds up as the show goes on. So there's the GoFundMe. GoFundMe link is down in the description below. Let me hit this while I do all these intros. And this is not even the updated list, and it runs 7 minutes. Once I update it from the fundraiser, it's going to run for like half hour. Thank you guys so much. I need to do like a video scroll or something. I've been thinking about it. What do we do? So if you haven't watched the stream, it's very entertaining. Great conversations. Fee came all the way in from Russia. Pasta was there. Amber hosted half the show. Pasta hosted the other. Poor sister Amber. She was super sick, but she still made it through. And Comrade Misty, we missed you, but we understand, man. We totally, when you're sick, you're sick. And there's going to be times in the future where I'm going to commit to doing something, and then I'm not going to be able to do it. And I already know that. But you guys know me. I'm very driven. So I used to go to work hungover. I can get up and do this is what I figure. And yeah, there we got the GoFundMe. Okay, and there's lots of other ways you can help me out. Whatever works best for you. I saw somebody hit my buy me a coffee the other day. Thank you very much. I thank them on there. But yeah, buy me a coffee is a quick way to get that money in my hand. Fair use. We are on YouTube. It doesn't really freaking matter. If they want to copyright strike me, they will. But we're going to pretend like we're trying, right? Because, hey, I'm a bad girl of YouTube, and that's what I'm going to stay. Okay, let's get this deck started. Let me get the main deck in for you guys. There we go. No. I don't know why that tried to load. Weird. Monday mornings, man. Mondays are always crazy. Ugh, it still didn't even bring it in. Okay, there we go. Now everybody's in their places. Let's get this show started. Okay, so we all know what's happening in the South right now. I always want to say the global South. The South of the United States, that includes Florida, Tennessee, the Carolinas, Kentucky. So many of those states are just devastated because of the Hurricane Helena. And our hearts are just broken for them. I know they are for me. I love the people of the South. And we've never seen this type of destruction in the United States. We've had a lot of hurricanes and we've had a lot of destruction. But when everything's said and done, I do think this is going to be one of the biggest life-costing destructive hurricanes we've ever seen. And it didn't have to be this way. A lack of investment in our own infrastructure has caused this, and we're going to talk about that. So who needs the Weather Channel when you have the Birdcast? The birds say nope to the entire eastern seaboard last night. Check this out. Comparison from the 25th to the 20th, from the 20th to the 25th. Somebody put that backwards. But look at that. Isn't that crazy? They actually, if you watch the birds, man, nature knows. They got the hell out of Dodge, and I just thought that was really interesting that the birds knew what was coming and decided to get the hell out of there. I put a lot of stuff on the deck, so there's going to be a lot of surprises for me. Always start your morning with a positive attitude and a smile. Good morning, darling. I'm trying to be positive, man. Today has kicked my butt. My phone won't stop ringing with doctor's offices calling me. It's been crazy. Let's see if I actually have a deck where I will be able to see the cards. I don't know what is up with this little computer. We call her Hope 2. She's not loading my thumbnails. I updated her. Is there a graphics card in that computer, Oz? I don't know. He sends them to me. I just use them. Anyways, this is some devastation in Florida. Florida, crazy. Look, the videos that have came out of Florida are amazing. I mean, because of the spirit of the Florida people and their love for Trump. So many times I've seen, people like trying to do an interview and there's a Trump supporter in the background screaming Trump 2024. It's pretty amusing. So this one, let's check this one out. Oh, come on.
But at least I'm not electrocuting myself anymore. We have we got the chlorine going, so try to disinfect some of this nastiness. That's good.
Because that's going to help.
Florida things. Florida man doing Florida things. By the way, please visit hornblasters.com. I'm located here in Tampa, Florida.
He's in
Bro,
his
get
house
out.
in a
What are you
kayak
doing?
with the lights on.
Yeah, I got the chlorine going, so it's good. We don't take anything serious. We're Florida, man. What am I going to do? I just checked the weather in between my lives, and it looks like at 2 a.m. the water might start going down. But in the meantime, it's going up. The foundation of the house, like all this water is bubbling underneath the foundation. So that's not good. I think that's like how sinkholes happen. The water is smashing up against the window. When I open it, it gets really choppy in here. It's still coming in through the garage.
Really
I'm getting annihilated by mosquitoes already. But, go live on TikTok, because oh, damn, my light's out there floating around. Whoopsie. Oh, so if that light is floating around, that means the cactus is done for. Man, all those switches, all my light switches are going to get wet. You can see them right now. I got like the smart light switches. And we're going to have to replace all those. That's a bummer.
That's a.
Oh
I
well,
mean, that's
it's a
gotta
bummer.
be
My buddy Shane, his house got wiped out too, I heard, so that sucks. By the way, if you like...
Bella Lugosi, that's funny. How crazy is that? That's your living room. I just couldn't even imagine to be dealing with that. But I guess you'd rather deal with that than die. Here is a weatherman rescuing a woman. He literally wades in and gets her out of her car because the water is rising.
It out and she's screaming right now. I just called 911. Fire department is coming in. We got you. 911, they're coming. You're good. You're good.
You're good. She's like, no, I'm not.
Oh man, it's a situation. We will get back to you in a little bit. I'm gonna go see if I can help this lady out a little bit more, you guys.
Man.
I'll be back.
Moments ago, Fox Weather's
rescued
Bob
her.
Van Dillen saved a woman trapped in a car.
He went and
Look
got
at
her.
that.
He's saving her.
Well,
He called 911
Look at how
for
deep
her.
her
Bob
car
is going to
is.
join us coming
she's
up.
tiny too.
That guy is a hero.
Wow.
What would
So
you
I just
do
said, you know what?
if you're
I
there
realize I'm
doing
with
your
you guys.
job?
I'm on the air, but I can't let it go. So I just I dropped
Good job.
everything and I took my wallet out of my pants and I went in there, waded in about chest deep. And the water's actually rising and getting up into the car itself. So I told her, okay, undo your seatbelt. And she undid her seatbelt, and I said, let me have your phone, let me have your bags, and then put on my back, and then we walked in. So she's short. She's probably about this tall. So I put her on my back and just brought her in. She's fine. She was in shock. She was cold, shivering, so I gave her one of my shirts, and she was in our car just warming up. About 10 minutes later, the fire department came, saw that we were okay, and they went on to the next rescue, wherever they're going.
Wow, she would have already been gone waiting for fire and rescue. So good, man. That's what we do as human beings. We don't stand by and say, not my problem. It was your problem because you heard her and she needed help. This has got to be the favorite thing that I have came across with all of the hurricane images and videos that we've seen. This is a weatherman doing the weather forecast, and I think he might be having a bad day.
Hurricane Helene is set to make landfall tonight in Florida and the Tampa area. And guys, it's not looking good. 105-mile-per-hour winds. And look at the name of the hurricane, Helene. Coincidentally, that's my ex-wife's name. Our divorce was finalized this week. And if this thing is anything like her, it's going to take your car. It's going to take your house. It's going to ruin your damn life. All right, probably blow the neighbors too, but I digress. But anyway, guys, I'm sorry to put my air out on the air, but it's been a rough week. And guess what? If you're in this area right here, the Tampa area, you're going to have a rough week as well. Okay, and by the way, another coincidence, her mom and dad, Helene's mom and dad are from Tampa. So hey, John, Marge, you're going to feel it too. You're going to feel the wrath of Helene like I have for the past 4 years. It's going to be aggressive. And you know what? Maybe, just maybe, if we're lucky, this thing is going to catch some of the illegals that the Biden-Harris administration let in and fling these Mexicans back into Mexico, right? You want to talk about deportation? That'd be the best way to do it. And look at this. Guys, this is not good, all right? Tampa. Why the hell are you living in Tampa anyway? Let's be honest. Who wakes up and goes, you know, honey, let's move to Tampa? Helene's mom and dad, that's who. And it's coming, guys. So this thing's going to be aggressive. By the way, I've never even seen purple before. Have we ever seen purple on the show? This is not good. And what the hell is that? This can't be good. You know what that looks like? That right there? That looks like Satan's butthole. And there he is. And if you live there, you're going to feel the wrath, just like how I felt the wrath of Helene. So Robert, Mark, thank you guys so much for raising a daughter that ruined my life. If you're in Tampa, get the hell out. I'm done.
Too funny. I don't know if that was real or not, but still funny, entertaining, even if it wasn't real. Might have been real, though. People have bad days, including weathermen. Okay, so let's look at some more. The Weather Channel guys are telling people to write their name and address with a Sharpie permanent marker to help with recovery efforts. Though I don't think it's going to be that bad here. I'm always up for Sharpie tattooing. It did get that bad, and that is my friend Michael Pineno over. Some of you guys might remember Michael. He was one of the main contributors over at Tim Black's live streams. Do you remember that? He'd always call him out. I think he was one of his mods, if I remember right. He's a great friend on Facebook, has been for many years. I love his content. Always funny about it. Let's see. What is this? Wakla? County is under mandatory evacuations, but government left 3K prisoners and prison inmates behind in a combination. It's a prison jail. Let's see. It's in a low-lying area near the coast. An unexpected, unsurvivable storm surge that has left the inmates in cages. Can you imagine? These are people who haven't been sentenced to death. A lot of them are just doing their time, whether it be a few years, 10 years, or whatever. It doesn't matter. They don't. The county, the state doesn't have the right to kill these people by not evacuating them. I get it's dangerous to evacuate a bunch of prisoners, but how fucking cruel of a country are we where we won't even help the inmates when there is a storm coming? That just blew my mind. Like, they're not sentenced to death, but we're sentencing them to death by leaving them in a low-lying area that's going to get hit by a storm surge. Very sad. Okay, so infrastructure in the United States, we all know it's had a D- since at least 2015. We've been screaming about it for many, many years, and that includes bridges and roads and dams. And our dams in this country are effed up. How many dams have we seen break this year? I think a couple, at least 3 or 4. Well, many more broke over the last 3 or 4 days. I think it was a total of 3 dams that have broke, mostly in Tennessee and I want to say North Carolina. Check this out. I mean, this flood came through the valley of that dam breaking so fast that people didn't have time to respond. They didn't have time to grab their animals, their stuff, nothing. Just, a lot of people were trapped on the roofs of their house. Whole hospitals had nowhere to go but up with all of the patients. I mean, we haven't even begun to hear the stories yet because there is no power. There's absolutely no power. Sister Farron Foster was going to join us on Saturday, but she had no power in Kentucky. So check this out. This is just...
I know it's going to hit the truck. It's going to hit the truck.
Why are you driving a U-Haul through a river, dude?
Well, actually, it came up a little bit. The truck came up a little bit.
It looks like there's people in that U-Haul. The windshield wipers are going.
Yeah, I think
that.
there's somebody. Well, there's them here. I think there's somebody
Can you
in that
imagine?
truck.
Just
We
going
can't
about your
get
day
out
and all of
now
a sudden
on
there's a
the
wall of
board.
water coming at you? These are our brothers and sisters.
Oh,
These
my
are
God.
Americans.
Oh, goodness, they dumped everything out. Look, they dumped all their stuff out.
Oh yeah, the looting is insane
Look,
right now.
look.
Dude, congrats.
It ripped the door off of the U-Haul. That was crazy. Do you see the door get ripped off there at the end? Let's see. This is just imagery. Look at that before and after. That is mind-blowing. I couldn't even imagine walking into my town and seeing it completely gone by mud. Roads, that's I-40. I-40 is completely devastated in multiple parts. It's impassable, and that is the dam that, was broke. It was in Newport, Tennessee. It's called the Waterville Dam. That is one of them. But I hear that many of the dams further down broke from it going and pretty much wiped out the whole water system down there. Let's see. I got a couple more pictures for you. There's I-40 before and after. I couldn't even imagine. Especially if you're on the road trying to escape and flee, because that's the first thing you do. I used to live in Louisiana. They tell you it's time to evac. You do, and you have to do it via the interstates. And the interstate literally plugs up hundreds of miles. It was insane one time they evacuated everybody out in New Orleans, and I was just a little bit west of Baton Rouge, and you couldn't even travel on the interstate for like 2 days because it was a parking lot. And yeah, so we send everybody to the interstate to flee, and then the dam breaks, and this happens. We don't even know how many. I mean, the media is lying to us about numbers, and we're going to talk about that. Check this out. I think this really right here tells you everything. Look at those houses. Those are just roofs. Just roofs. So anybody in those houses, if they're old, if they're sick, if they're bedridden, they're gone. I saw a video of a casket floating down one of the rivers. So all of the cemeteries, we have a lot of dead bodies that are floating around. That always happens too. It happened during Katrina. Especially because a lot of these places, if you live in the South, you dig a hole, it instantly fills with water. A lot of times you are below sea level, and so when these floods come in, they just take the bodies with them. Those houses are finished. Yeah, you can't fix those houses. Tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people are going to be homeless, are homeless. They're not going to get their houses rebuilt. I mean, look at how long it took for FEMA to respond to Katrina. We really think that we're going to help these people by sending them some moldy fucking old FEMA trailers that are lying around from Katrina? I just don't even. Our government doesn't have the capability or the will to help people. They just don't. And if you're in Israel, they'll help you. If you're in Ukraine, they'll help you. They'll send you billions of dollars. But here in America, no, you just pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Let's play this video. There we go.
I'm about to share something with you that is very disturbing, and exactly why I made the last video. Look at this Facebook group with 13,000 people in it, looking for missing loved ones from Hurricane Helene. Why is this not on the news? Look at the pictures of all of these family members. Y'all, this is not okay. There are hundreds of them. Hundreds of people that have not heard from family members or talked to family members because they lost communication. Why is this not on the news? Why? We need to do something. Something needs to be done. I don't know what, but this area needs our help. These are our brothers and sisters in Christ. These are fellow Americans. These are neighbors. These are human beings that family members are looking for them. Come on, TikTok. I mean, this goes on and on and on. We've got to do something.
We've got to do something. I haven't seen any mainstream media reporting body counts. Last I heard, it was 47 officially, and that was yesterday morning. I think they're now saying maybe 100 on the official AP count. We know better. This is much like Lahaina. They don't want to tell us the numbers. They know they have bigger numbers, but because we have independent media and we have each other, we know better. We know better, and they're getting caught with their pants down. So check this out. This was this morning, or last night, I want to say. Maybe it was this morning. Biden got cornered by some reporters and asked about the discrepancy between the numbers that the mainstream media is talking about and the numbers that the communities are talking about. And this is what he had to say.
I'm proud to announce a new $2.4 billion package of security assistance.
We've given them all everything we have. We're on the ground ahead of time, so we're working hard.
Are there any more resources the federal government could be giving them?
No, we've given them, we have pre-planned a significant amount of it, even though they didn't ask for it yet.
Oh, so, we already gave them everything we have. That's what he just said. We've given them everything that we have. You have not gave them anything. My phone is just blowing up. Stop. I'm trying to turn it down. We haven't gave them shit, and we won't give them shit. When it comes to Americans in crisis, we never have the money to help them. The response is always delayed. It's always bullshit. You always have to jump through a billion hoops. Steve Guy says it was 105 degrees down there yesterday. Can you imagine being stuck in that heat and that moisture, and there's just nothing? Fuck these motherfuckers. They will give Israel billions of dollars. They will give Ukraine billions of dollars, but they won't fortify our dams, our roads, our infrastructure at fucking all. When are we going to get pissed and say fucking enough? They're taking our tax dollars and siphoning them out to the global fucking elite to pocket, because let's face it, those dollars are not going to the people of Israel. Those dollars are not going to the people of Ukraine. They're going to fucking military contractors. They're going to weapons developers. We have had enough. Did you guys hear Social Security is going bankrupt in 9 fucking years? 9 years. So what's their answer? Oh, well, we'll just raise the retirement age to 75. How many of us are going to live to 75 with the fucking poison that we eat? Oh, it's 105 dead. Okay. I'm sure it's really hot down there, though. It's always hot down there. That, to me, that's insane. But we know 105 dead is a lie. We know it is. Look at how long it took us to get numbers on Katrina. And then we're still told that those numbers are wrong, that there was many fucking more. And we saw this with Lahaina. They think it's easy to sweep the missing people under the fucking carpet and not have to answer for it. Oh, it's not our fault, is what they tell us. Oh, we did our best. We had money, set aside for this. No, who's going to replace all those homes? Who's going to give shelter to all those people? I have seen so many farmers bawling their eyes out, just devastated because their lives are destroyed. All of their animals are dead. Their entire farms are underwater. You're not going to plant crops again next year when you're trying to recover. You're not going to have the money for that. You have to replace your fucking equipment. Like, when are we pissed, guys? When are we tired of this shit? I'm way over it. Like, fuck this government. I don't want to give them a dime. I don't want to do anything for them. I have been fighting for my social security, for state assistance for 6 weeks now, since I was diagnosed with cancer. And I haven't even heard a fucking word back from them. They don't fucking care, and they're not going to give us any money, even though we give them like almost 20% of our fucking money right off the top. Not to mention how much they siphon from us at the fucking pumps and for sales tax. It's disgusting and it's obscene. And I know about sales tax because I have been a business manager for many, many years. And every fucking month I would have to go into the Department of Revenue and hand those fucker tens of thousands of dollars right off the top. And they don't wait around for their money. If you're a business and you don't pay your state revenue taxes, they're shutting you down within 2 or 3 months. Like, they don't let you get out of control with the money that you owe them. But if they owe you money, fuck you, you're never gonna see it. I'm just beyond pissed. I watch what's going on in this world and I'm so had it. Here's another video of somebody who's in, dire straits.
So update right now, the biggest problem after Hurricane Helena is just you're not able to move. Some of my friends just try to go to Tennessee. The roads are completely blocked off. You're not getting out. We're trapped in. There's a lot of looters. Please stay safe. Stay inside. If you have a weapon, keep it on you because there are people intentionally sabotaging stuff. So over on I-40, there was some truckers coming in with supplies and medical stuff trying to help us. They stuck at a truck stop to get some rest. When they woke up, their tires were slashed. Nothing was stolen, just tires were slashed. The same thing is happening all over the place. People are intentionally just vandalizing stuff, not stealing, just vandalizing. And then there's looting happening in all the stores. I'll come back with an update in about 5 or 6 hours. Everyone stay safe.
Oh, terrible. The looting always happens, right? And look, this was evacuating. That is what? What is that bright pink light in the sky? That could just be the hurricane, right? It's not like weather modification or anything. Who has the biggest support in the South? Oh, that would be Trump. Wouldn't it be convenient if the biggest hurricane to ever hit our country came in and decimated the South right before an election? I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just saying it would be such a coincidence, right? I don't underestimate anything. They will weaponize everything. We've never seen a hurricane with that kind of cell structure in it. Never. You saw that guy. He was like, we've never even seen purple on the map before. I just don't even know what to believe. I wouldn't underestimate it one damn bit. But that's not the only thing happening. Oh, and dang it, I forgot to get the video for this one. But you guys, I'm sure, have seen it. A shelter-in-place evacuation order due to biolab chemical plant fire in Georgia. The toxic soak, it's insane. If you haven't seen the videos out there, go look for them. Fucking DARPA. Kill your E-Grey gross. Yeah, fucking DARPA. I'm not saying that they create these, but hey, if they can fuel them and point them in the right direction, maybe, this is insane here. Can you imagine that much chemicals being dumped into your community in the air? How much potential cancer is this going to cause in the future? Absolutely just shocking how big this fire is. And they're not getting it under control. All they can do is let that shit burn itself out because it's biochemicals. So what were they doing in that lab? That's always the good question. What were they creating in that lab? The poor South is just completely devastated right now. And we look to our elected officials to do what? They do nothing. They do nothing. They're going to do nothing for these people. Just like they did nothing for the people in Lahaina. What, give everybody $700 and smack their ass and tell them to be on your way? Don't ask for anything more because you just want handouts. Your government wants you dead. They do want you dead. All you are is a burden on their system. And they get what they get out of you. They tax you for, your whole entire work life. Then they don't want to give you any money that they took from you all of those years. Steve Poikonen did a really good breakdown of how Social Security is failing. And we all know this. We know this. Since 2010, Social Security has paid out more than it has actually brought in. And how is that even possible with the amount of taxes that we're paying? They robbed our Social Security fund. They spend it on all their rich cat fucking friends. And then they come to us and say, oh, sorry, there's nothing left. You're not getting anything. I have always said it. I have said it for 20 years. By the time I'm old enough to get Social Security, if I make it that long, I will never get a dime. It'll be gone. It'll all be gone. And none of the money you paid in, you will see either. Or our kids. Look at our kids. I have a 32-year-old daughter. She's been paying in for 12 years at least. She's never going to get a dime. It should just make you mad. Okay, let's move on to Harris. We got a lot of politics to talk and a lot of rallies this week. There's just so much to cover. That's why we started a little early today, and I have a doctor's appointment at 12:30 with the surgeon, so I got to be out of here by 11:45. So that gives us, I don't know, an hour and a half. So we're going to do our best to get through this deck.
Work, and one could watch that and say, well, she didn't give a clear, direct answer. That's okay, because we are not talking about clear or direct issues.
The question about inflation and prices, this to me is it's one of the most frustrating aspects of this campaign. The thing that people are 100% correctly
Oh, that was just disgusting. The way the mainstream media covers up for Harris. Well, she didn't actually dodge that question. She's, it's not about the issues. We're not here to talk about issues. What issues? No. Just like her because she's a Democrat and she's black and she's woman. Don't you want a woman president? This is just gross. And just another example of the mainstream media doing what the mainstream media does best. Propping up the global elite. And that includes Harris. Let's see. What's next? Oh, I love this meme. Can I see your license and registration? So let me start off by saying I grew up in a middle-class household. Because that's what she says about everything. But I grew up in a middle-class household. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. Answer the actual question. Stop dodging. It's gross. And that's, how many times have we heard, I worked at McDonald's. You probably worked at McDonald's for like 3 whole damn days, lady. I don't know who made this, but it's freaking hilarious. Remember when she was the border czar and she's not the border czar anymore? Well, she finally went to the border. Do you know that Harris has never even visited Europe? She says, they say, hey, you haven't been to the border. She's like, yeah, I haven't been to Europe either. You want a president who's never left the fucking country? You know what that tells me? She doesn't understand global politics. She doesn't understand that there are just everyday people in other countries too. What the fuck? Yeah, I visited the border. Yeah, she went to a Taco Bell. This is a funny little video that I came across called Borders Are.
From the wackos on the left to the MAGAs on the right, they know I'm beating Kamala. This race won't even be tied. Her policies are nutso. She's out her goddamn mind. She just repeats the same thing, regurgitating her lines. She thinks that immigration without paperwork is good. Clearly not too much power underneath Kamala's hood. Borders are It's what you are. Borders are. Cackling Kamala, you're dumb. Mass inflation imminent if she weasels herself in. If that don't sound like fun to you, then you better help me win. I promise I'll secure you, you'll be in better hands. It'd be a flippin' free-for-all with what Kamala plans. Borders are, it's what you are. Borders are. Laugh it up, Kamala. This lady, she's cackling crazy.
She's cackling crazy. She is cackling crazy. That was genius. Borders are. Yeah, she, the mainstream media now covers up the fact that she was the border czar. Oh, no, we never called her that. No, not at all. But remember, Biden told us a couple of years ago that he put her directly on the problem as the border czar to handle immigration and the border. And come on, let's face it. This week has been crazy at the border. Have you seen the videos of the refugees just flooding in? Yeah, so Harris went down there to greet him, I guess, ask him to vote for her. The election is getting crazy. Do you guys all hear that Cackling Harris is winning the election polls now? How the fuck did that happen? She didn't have one delegate in the primary. She had absolutely no support at all before she got in the race, and now she's 15 points ahead of Trump. I'm not buying it. We're going to talk about that. But they are losing the swing states. The swing states are saying they're going to vote for Jill Stein. They are not. So what did Harris do? She went and rounded up a bunch of Muslims to support her campaign. And here you are. Here is all of the sellouts. Of course, Keith Ellis would be leading the pack. Yeah, he has been hoodwinking and lying to us for many years. There's just so many state senators, journalists, congressmen. What else do we got in here? State senators, Fulton County Court. So you got some judges in there. Just absolutely gross. Yeah, so that's what she always does. Like, look, they support me. What are you talking about? And of course, she had a big rally with them. It's not going to help her. The swing states are over it. They see her support of Israel. Okay, so of course, Netanyahu was in town this week, or given the UN General Assembly a freaking earful and scolding them because how dare them not support their genocide. And he got his ass booed. Check this out.
Ladies and gentlemen, order.
Oh, look, they're all walking out.
Order, please.
No order at all for this Zionist government. I love it. And I thought I had a meme here. Not sure what this is. Sorry, I'm going a little quick on the deck and not giving you guys as much commentary today, but I'm trying to get through this so we can get to oh, I know what this is. So we started bombing. So what does Netanyahu do when he's at the UN General Assembly? Before and after that he gives his speech, he decides to start bombing Lebanon. And we're not talking military assets. We're talking commercial or residential buildings, apartment buildings with everyday Lebanese people in them, just blowing them up. Check this out. This is a family that's just going about their life. Can you imagine going about your life and all of a sudden the buildings around you are blowing up? Well, here's an example of it. So an American posted that, or somebody that was in America, and said, my mother recorded this. Can you imagine? I couldn't imagine. I had Hunter this weekend, my granddaughter, and we, just going about our day, and all of a sudden, all of the freaking apartment buildings around you are blowing up with no fucking warning. That is what he did from the UN. I'm not even kidding, from the UN, just to show how almighty powerful he is. When are we going to just say enough? And, so many Americans are brainwashed into supporting this genocide. So many. It shocks me. It shocks me when I see people that are like, oh, yeah, we got to support those. Those are my enemies. How are those children your enemies? Explain that to me. These are kids and families that work 9-to-5 jobs and probably don't get paid shit. And yet they're your enemy? No, the government's my enemy. Israel's my enemy. And October 7th is a lie. 100% a lie. We have called it a lie since day one. We're going to keep calling it a lie. As the 1-year anniversary of October 7th is just a few days away. Like, what, a week away? It's nauseating. So, yeah, arrest Netanyahu. Here he is calling in the orders from his suite at the UN. Yeah, he gets a big fancy suite. And, Iran has ordered all-out war against Israel. I don't know if this is even true. Have they? If they did, you would understand why, because he tried to say that there was Hezbollah in the basements of those buildings. How convenient. How convenient. Hezbollah's everywhere. Everybody's Hezbollah. Everybody's Hamas. Just like the pager attack, which was terrorist. That was a terrorist act. To sell pagers commercially in a country and then blow them up and call everybody Hezbollah. We are a terrorist state. We support a terrorist state. This is just wrong and gross. Max Blumenthal calling it out. Of course, we saw many rallies. We saw some good ones. We saw some bad ones. Rage Against the War Machine. Sadly, the turnout for that one didn't look very good. You can hear by the clapping in the background there isn't that many people there. And then there was, Save the Republic, which was full of the fucking mammies, including, I think, Jimmy Dore. But we'll get to that one. Let's check out Max Blumenthal burning RFK Jr. to the ground because people are like, I still support RFK Jr. He's got great policies when it comes on, the EPA and your food, and he wants to get you healthy, and he wants to get rid of vaccine schedules. Okay, great. He wants to do all that. He also wants to continue to give billions of dollars to Israel to blow it up, or to blow up the Middle East, because let's face it, they want to steal all that property. They don't just want Gaza. They're not going to just stop with Gaza. They want Lebanon. They want Syria. I mean, there's 7 countries that we were going to march into and take. We've known that since Wesley Clark Jr. told us, right? So, yeah, let's check out Max.
To ban protest on college campuses across America. And I wonder how someone like Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who says that he supports the First Amendment and stands for free speech and opposes war, can support this sadistic, satanic, evil entity that is shutting down free speech while committing genocide across the Gaza Strip and Lebanon, and why he won't face me and answer for this. Could it be that Miriam Adelson, the Zionist mafia don from Israel, who has granted $100 million to Donald Trump, is also exerting influence on Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and others? We've seen her turn the America First movement into the Israel First movement. And now we have 2 parties that are committed to genocide, and no one knows what to do. We need to find a way out of this hopelessness, and we need to register AIPAC as a foreign agent and let the espionage investigations begin and see its directors sent to prison where they're forced to hold kosher soap on a rope.
Ooh, good burn. Russell did an amazing speech. I didn't bring it because it's 12 minutes long, but it is excellent speech. Probably one of the best speeches I have seen in quite a few years. I mean, back to all the Bernie Sanders days. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Do Dissidents. I'm sure they've got it up over on their YouTube channel and wherever you find them. Such a good speech. I just didn't bring it for time, but I brought Max. These are all very valid points. When are we gonna make AIPAC and the other Israel lobbyist groups register as foreign agents? Because they are foreign agents. They act like foreign agents. They boast on their damn websites that they bought 98% of our politicians in the last election. 98%. How is that not a foreign agent? But yet, so many of our colleagues that are out there reporting from the world, now they can't even do their jobs because they're being shut down. RT shut down, Sputnik shut down. The U.S. government, they're all foreign agents. I'm scheduled to do a interview with an Iranian podcaster, and I don't care. I don't fucking care. My government's not going to tell me who I can talk to from the fucking trailer park. They just, whatever. You want to lock me up and violate my First Amendment right? Let's go, motherfuckers, because I will be screaming my fucking head off. And you guys can pay for all my cancer shit. So that's my take on it. I'm so over this government. Aaron Mate schooling frickin' Pierce Morgan on Friday. Have you seen this good one? This is really good clip too. Go Aaron. The Gray Zone guys are such an inspiration to all of us. We need so many more of them.
If you want to talk about Palestinian Mandelas, if you want to talk about Palestinian Mandelas, they exist. For example, in March 2018, thousands of Palestinian Mandelas marched peacefully in Gaza in the Great March of Return, calling for their basic rights. What did Israel do? It gunned them down with snipers, maiming people, paralyzing them. That's the Palestinian Mandela. They're people of Gaza who've been besieged for decades, wanting their basic rights.
Are you saying the Palestinian Mandelas in Hamas? Have you ever been to Gaza? Honestly, you people are talking like armchair
Yes, I have
activists.
been to Gaza. Yes, I have.
Okay, sure.
I have been to Gaza, actually, and I've met the people there.
Lucky you're not a woman, then.
They've never been given the chance. Okay, can I talk now?
No, they've never been given the chance. 2005 never gave them that chance. Stop infantilizing the Palestinian leadership and the people.
I'm going to talk now. I'm going to speak now. You've had your time to spew your propaganda. I'll say it again. Israel has never accepted the fundamental premise that Palestinians have the right to self-determination. That's why it rejected multiple Arab League peace offers endorsed by Iran and Hamas, and members of Hamas, not all of them, but some of the leadership, including Ismail Haniyeh, calling for a Palestinian state in the West Bank and Gaza. That's a big compromise for Palestinians. That's just 22% of the land that you stole, which they're willing to accept. But Israel is so hell-bent on occupying and stealing land, it won't even accept the Palestinian surrender. You don't want a Palestinian Mandela.
Surrender?
You want to keep subjugating Palestinians.
What are you talking about? You're living in your own planet where Islamic fundamentalism does not exist in your planet.
You're the fundamentalist. Stealing other people's land. You're the fundamentalist.
Okay, time out.
Time out. Yeah, Pierce, you love that shit because you get attention for it. Excellent job, Aaron Mate, schooling the propagandists. 2005, which we all know. We've talked about it many times, and if you don't, you can definitely catch the information over on so many other channels. Hold on, I gotta take this. It's one of the doctors. Hello? Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah. 5/24/74. Oh, okay. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, guys. All day my phone rings with doctors. All damn day. Sorry about that, but I have to keep my phone on. When I miss these phone calls, it sets me back, right? Because they spend so much time trying to get a hold of me. Okay, so back to where we were. That was crazy. Yeah, Russell and Keaton did an amazing job. I rode a train next to Keaton and Russell up to Oregon. Keaton made a lot of gestures to people who he seemed he didn't care for. Russell smiled at me when I liked his shirt. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, sometimes people aren't approachable. I'm definitely approachable in the street. Like, you know me, and you come up to me and start talking to me, of course I'm going to be pleasant to you. I am to everybody. Let's see. When the West sees a terrorist, when the rest of the world sees a terrorist, yeah, they get up and turn their backs and they walk away and they boo them. We don't clap them and give them 10-minute fucking standing ovations like these paid shills did. Yeah, monsters exist, and we have 522 of them that control everything we do. And, you know, Max had an amazing point about if they're arresting, because there was a lot of protesters that protested Netanyahu being in town, and they arrested them. And when they arrest peaceful protesters, it's just the slippery road down more censorship. What's next? Climate activists, you know, who are they? Healthcare people fighting for healthcare? Are they going to take their First Amendment right and arrest them too? We have to fight for all protesters that are out in the streets from getting arrested. That it's crazy. Moving on. Okay, what is this? Let's see. Israel licensed Cheney linked energy firm on Golan Heights raises eyebrows. Now, I came across this. This is from March of 2013. This article was. It was shocking to me. We know it's all one big fucking club, right? And isn't it shocking that Dick Cheney, who's still alive and well to this day, has a license for the energy firm for the Golan Heights. And they want to make everything like the Golan Heights. They want to steal the property. They want to build their condos. They want to sell it to, you know, fools in the United States to move over there. And that is the plan. And everybody's going to make money. They'll just stuff their pockets full with all of the money that they're making, you know. The contractors, Jared Kushner, Trump's son-in-law, he's out there selling the property right now. Don't think it's going to get any better under Trump. I see these delusional Trump supporters all over social media that don't seem to understand that Trump is owned and controlled by AIPAC just as much as RFK Jr., just as much as Harris, just as much as fucking Tulsi Gabbard. Why do you think Tulsi and RFK Jr. signed on to Trump's campaign? Because they're being paid by the same woman that has paid for Trump's 2016, 2020, and 2024 election runs. That's exactly why. I haven't trusted Tulsi for probably the last 5 years, and definitely we know why now. Dennis Kucinich got on Democracy Later and dropped some truths. Did you see they had Jill Stein on finally? I showed you there was a campaign, a Twitter campaign, hashtag campaign to get Jill Stein onto Democracy Later. Can you imagine? They used to have Jill Stein on all the fucking time, all the time. I used to watch them, you know, many years ago. And yeah, they had no problem bringing Jill on. But now that she's becoming a threat and going to take votes away from Harris, I mean, she's not a threat in the fact that she would get elected, but she's a shot across their bow to take votes away from them. Now they don't have any time to interview her, but they finally did, and they didn't even let her talk very much. DC says, screw Jill Stein. Yeah, I understand that sentiment. I totally do. I absolutely do. I know there's a lot of people that think a vote for Jill Stein is a shot across their bow. Okay, fine. It doesn't matter. Electoral politics is not going to fucking save us. The elections are rigged 100%, and we know it. So just don't even. I mean, if you don't want to vote, don't vote. If you want to vote, fucking vote. Vote for West. Vote for Stein. Doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. They're never going to let a third party rise up. They're never going to let the Greens rise up. We know it. Zionism is a political ideology, not a race, not a religion. And so anytime somebody tells you you're anti-Semitic for calling that shit out, you just tell them that. Sorry, I'm not calling out a race, and I'm not calling out a religion. I'm calling out an ideology. Okay, let's check out Dennis Kucinich. Come on, Dennis, play.
When you look at the issue of proportionality, which must be taken into account, there's just no question that there's a disproportionate response. And when you look at what the targets of the attacks have been, you know, the Israeli army is given a lot of credit for its precision. So when UN schools are hit, the American university there, when you look at the damage or destruction of the Red Cross's efforts there, you have to come to an understanding that this is deliberate. This isn't accidental. Accidents can happen in war, but when you're using that kind of destructive power, you have to take the responsibility for the consequences of it. There's no question there's a use of disproportionate force here, and no amount of reasoning or attempt to try to take the side of Israel is going to remove that single fact. Just look at the numbers. Look at the destruction. I mean, believe what you see with your eyes. And that's, I suppose, one of the reasons why the Israeli government doesn't want the media to get in there. When you tell civilians to go to a house to be protected, and then you shell that house, I mean, what does that say? We have to look at this from an elevated position, saying we want Israel to survive, but Israel has to be counseled, that it has to stop this aggression in Gaza. It has to move towards not only a ceasefire and a truce, but we have to bring in Hamas too. But if you don't get serious help, which Syria was trying to work with Hamas, and if you isolate Israel from the rest of potential partners in the Middle East, then what chance does Israel have to ever come to a resolution here? Force alone is not going to protect Israel. Diplomacy will, and that's what we need to move towards. I don't have any brief for Hamas and for its use of rockets against the Israeli people. I mean, anybody who's fair-minded knows that that's wrong. But you have to go back to the blockade and the occupation, and you have to look at Israel's conduct in the West Bank as well. I mean, if Israel was so gentle with the people of Gaza, you look at the West Bank and look at what's happened there. Look, I've been there. I've seen the barriers and the checkpoints and how people are treated. I've seen the settlements. You cannot justify any of that. And so if we're going to move towards peace, Israel has a very serious role to play here. The United States should take an even-handed approach, and we should help our ally Israel work away in a path towards peace in concert with the nations of that region.
Well, you know what I would say to Dennis on this one? You know, he condemns Hamas for their use of rockets. I say they don't have a fucking army. What other choice do they have but to use the avenues that they are? What other choice do they have? They have no other choice. Chris Hedges did an amazing, hour-long interview, I want to say this week. Go watch it. Great breakdown of, the decline of Israel and how this is going to devastate them. Dennis used to be much better on this. He did used to be much better on this, but he's scared he'll get attacked if he actually speaks truth to power. So that's why he tiptoes lightly on the line, right? Like so many of them do. It's just gross. It's wrong. So many of the people we used to think were fighting for us, they're not. One day when it is safe, when there is no personal downside to calling anything what it is, when it is too late to hold anybody accountable, everyone will have always been against this. Yeah, well, we're going to remember. We're going to remember that nobody stood for the children of Gaza. Nobody stood for the children of Libya or Lebanon. Nobody stood for the children of Syria. We did. We fucking did. And there's millions, there's thousands of protesters around the world that are being beat and arrested, trying to wake people up to the fact that if they come for them, they're going to come for you. We're all next. It's the way I see it. So gross. And Palestinian journalist Bassana Wada wins Emmy Award despite backlash from over 150 Hollywood professionals. Oh, how dare her. How dare her get an award for actually showing you the truth. Remember when they used to be kind of even-handed and they actually would show you the truth? Yeah, our media is 100% biased. It's 100% bought and paid for. I'm sure Apex money is all over the media too, just as much as it is in politics. But mass non-compliance is the only way we end this for everything, not just foreign policy, for domestic policy too. We have to say enough. We have to get fucking pissed. We have to stop paying our taxes. We have to take to the damn streets. We got to hit them in the wallet because that's the only language they speak. And Kamala Harris leads Trump in a Georgia poll. A new poll shows her leading Trump in Georgia with 51% support among registered and likely voters compared to Trump's 48%. She also holds a slight edge among registered voters at 50% to 48%. Didn't it just say that? While Trump is favored on immigration by 15 points, he struggles with party loyalty, and 20% of non-MAGA Republicans support Harris. Yeah, because it's a uniparty. That's why. And she leads independents by 13. How does Harris lead independents? We're supposed to buy this malarkey? It's the Daily Mail. They always spew shit. Harvard poll also claims Harris is ahead of Trump by 31 points among younger voters. A dramatic increase from Biden's earlier 13-point lead. Oh, so gross. And yeah, I'm not shocked. The youngest voters are the most propagandized voters. They're the ones that are in universities being taught woke politics. And so I don't believe these polls. Yeah, I don't believe them either, two bunnies. And the young voter one, I kind of do. I don't think it's 31%, but they don't understand what's going on in the world. They haven't lived enough to understand it. And they just take that influencer advice of, oh, this is who I'm supporting, like the likes of Harry Sessions and those types, because we know the White House has paid off a shit ton of media influencers. So I can buy that last one, but the rest of them, I don't buy it. Stolen election, stolen nomination, stole Trump and J.D. Vance's tax proposal. Oh, she stole more than that. Stolen valor. Yeah, I've reported on that to you guys. Democrats, the party of liars and thieves. Excuse me, the Republicans are too. Can we get real? Can we get real here? What is this? I'm not sure what this is. It would help me if my thumbnails would stay up, but for some reason they're not staying up lately. Oh, Zelensky was in town too. Did we see this? Yes. If Harris is so far up in the polls with Trump, why the hell did Zelensky come to town and meet with Trump? Yeah, he met with her too, but he spent a bunch of time with Trump. And here's just a little preview of them coming out together. Who did that? Oops, wrong video. Do you see they made him a little tiny guy? That's too funny. I have the real footage here. Let me bring it up. Here we go. And, Trump doesn't let Zelensky talk. He does all the talking for him.
So we have a very good relationship. And I also have a very good relationship, as you know, with President Putin. And I think if we win, I think we're going to get it resolved very quickly. I really think we're going to get it resolved.
I hope we have more good relations.
We're going to have, I see. Yeah, but it takes two to tango.
It takes two to tango is what Trump says. So Trump's like, already, I'm going to put the Ukraine war to bed. Once I'm elected, vote for me. And I think Zelensky might be a little scared. Cocaine ski. Jenny Lynn, that's hilarious. We're going to start calling him that here in the trailer park. That made me laugh. Hey, Driving Miss Macy, good to see you. Salty's Digital Dive is hanging out too. Of course, DC's in here and two bunnies. It's good to see everybody popping in on a Monday morning. I started a little early today because I got doctor appointment, and they just made it sound like they were going to put my port in today. So I don't know. I don't know if they put you under for that or if it's an in-office procedure. Who knows? Maybe I'm going to get brutalized this afternoon. Not looking forward to it. Tom Hartman was shocked by that. If Tom Hartman's shocked by anything, how dare Zelensky talk to Trump? Seems like he might be worried. So here he is. He met with Harris too, because hey, you got to cover all your bases when you're cocaine ski, and you got to make sure you're getting that money. And I like this meme. Why so serious? Yeah, why so serious?
In Switzerland in June, along with 90 other nations at the Ukraine Peace Conference, I told you that the United States shares your vision for the end of this war, an end based on the will of the people of Ukraine and the UN Charter, and that we must work with the international community to secure a just and lasting peace. And I told world leaders there, nothing about the end of this war can be decided without Ukraine. However, in candor, I share with you, Mr. President, there are some in my country who would instead force Ukraine to give up large parts of its sovereign territory, who would demand that Ukraine accept neutrality and would require Ukraine to forego security relationships with other nations. These proposals are the same of those of Putin. And let us be clear, they are not proposals for peace. Instead, they are proposals for surrender, which is dangerous and unacceptable. So, President Zelensky, I look forward to our discussion today, and I will continue to work with you to ensure Ukraine prevails in this conflict and remains a free, democratic, and independent nation. Well.
Oh my gosh, that was so gross. I just had a premonition of her being president. Oh gosh, it's scary. BlackRock country. Yeah, but who owns BlackRock? You know, we always love to talk about BlackRock, but at the end of the day, like I always say, it's Vanguard. It's all of those fat cats at the reserve that actually own BlackRock. So yeah, it's the same characters that we're always talking about. Yes, that's funny because they weren't talking peace that long ago, right? Now she's like, oh, we're committed to peace. Yeah, you haven't been committed to peace. Y'all have been saying for the last fucking year that, oh, no, we won't even just, talk about peace. I'm not sure what this is. Let's check it out. Donald Trump posted a message from Zelensky asking to meet with him in person because suddenly everyone in Ukraine wants just peace. Even though just a couple of days ago at the UN Security Council meeting, Zelensky said he didn't want any talks with Russia. Trump said he would meet with Zelensky at his tower in New York today. Would you please be so kind to pass this message to President Zelensky? Here is Zelensky's response when Trump reached out to him. He said, "Dear Donald, I hope you're doing well. I recall our recent phone call. It was really good. All of us in Ukraine want to end the war with just peace. And we know that without America, this is impossible to achieve. That's why we have to strive to understand each one of us and remain in close contact." Oh, so he's going to stay in close contact with Trumpy. Days ago, we registered to meet with you, and I really want to hear your thoughts directly and firsthand. You know, I always speak with great respect and everything connected to you. That's how it should be. I can be in New York on Friday, which would be a good time to meet, which will be a good time to meet. I believe it's important for us to have personal contact and to understand each other 100%. Let me know if you are in the city at that time. I would really like for our meeting to take place as a part of an effort to help us end the war in just a way. Sincerely, Cocainsky. Yeah, Trump, he put it out there. Trump's like, oh, I'll tell you guys. Trump's trying to be transparent now. Right? Oh, my gosh. That's insane. Too insane. It's funny how they all of a sudden want peace, though, after they drained our coffers of not only weapons and money, Fee says, this is what Fee had to say about it. Fee says, Trump is meeting with Zelensky. While this could be a formality, the reality is even if he becomes president, he doesn't mean an end to the war in Ukraine. Perhaps a reshuffling towards Iran. Too many warheads behind power. Exactly, Sister Fee. Sister Fee showed up on Saturday to support the stream. It was great to see her and talk to her. I don't get to see her as much now that she is over on the other side of the globe, but it sounds like that'll be changing kind of soon, maybe. Argentina. Let's talk a little bit about Argentina. Argentina's poverty rate soars to above 50% under Javier Milei. Latest data blames on government austerity measures as radical libertarian popularity begins to falter. Oh, Javier Milei is not loved anymore. What? Former Army Green Beret who organized the failed coup attempt in Venezuela charged by the feds. Yeah, that was interesting. I read that article, and the government's trying to wash their hands. Like, oh, we didn't do anything down there. I think that just got put on the same slide. Let's hear what the fuck off pie for Monday goes to Jean-Pierre, the White House press secretary. When she gets asked about, this is what she has to say. Oh, maybe not. Let's see. What does she have to say?
Thank you, Train. Our new CBS News poll found that registered voters in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania believe that they would be financially better off if Trump wins. How do you explain that? All right, bye, everybody. Thank you.
She really fucking cares that you're being taxed at the grocery store, or she don't care. Okay, goodbye, everybody. Thank you for asking questions. I don't care. So, fuck off to Jean-Pierre. She gets a fuck off pie for today. That was just gross. Okay, I'm kind of speeding through these guys. I got about 50 minutes before I got to get out of here. Let's find out what Jimmy's laughing about.
It hurts a lot because it's so public, and that influenced the depression was that I couldn't defend myself. And I'm like, wait, that's not me. Like the stuff that they're writing about me is not true.
Right.
And the weird thing was that I usually don't give a fuck what people think about me, but it was so antithetical to who I was. It was like I'm like, who are they writing about?
Yeah.
And people were believing it.
Yeah.
And so it's I had to get to a point where where I said I can't do this alone. I had a therapist, and I also the antidepressants or whatever, and that helped. And that was the first time that I really realized that mental health is important, and you can't just do mantra it away.
Yeah.
You can't pray it away. You can't wish it away. You have to dig deep, and you have to
his
work
job is
through
to
it.
influence, not inform.
And if you need help, you need help.
Mm-hmm.
But it was weird not having a schedule, not having that discipline every day. And so for a while, I was like, well, I was trying to find out, where the meaning was in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, but this is my thing, Brandon.
This is Don Lemon.
I got it from my mom. And I think it works with everybody. It is what it is. And as long as you realize it is what it is when you're going, I'm going through something now, but I won't always go through it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, once you deal with it, you become it. The next thing becomes easier, and the next thing becomes easier. So just that, I think it is what it is.
Well, it is what it is what he's telling the victims that he sexually groped. Yes, he is a sexual groper. That was Don Lemon, and he's a victim now. Because they always pull the victim card one way or another. Obviously, this is from Oz. You can always tell by Oz's handwriting. Free speech is under attack by the overlords. Democrats hate free speech. Okay, let's check it out. Thank you, Oz.
And I think the dislike of and anguish over social media is just growing and growing and growing. And it's part of our problem, particularly in democracies. In terms of building consensus around any issue. It's really hard to govern today. You can't, there's the referees we used to have to determine what's a fact and what isn't a fact are kind of, been eviscerated to a certain degree. And people go, and that people self-select where they go for their news or for their information. And then you just get into a vicious cycle. So it's really, really hard, much harder to build consensus today than at any time in the 45, 50 years I've been involved in this.
We don't just have three channels anymore.
There's a lot of discussion now about how you curb those entities in order to guarantee that you're going to have, some accountability on facts, et cetera. But look, if people go to only one source and the source they go to is sick, and has an agenda, and they're putting out disinformation. Our First Amendment stands as a major block to the ability to be able to just
why it's called our
hammer it
First
out of
Amendment.
existence. So what we need is to
do away with the First
to win the ground, win the right to govern by hopefully having winning enough votes that you're free to be able to implement change. Now, obviously, there are some people in our country who are prepared to implement change in other ways.
Like a zombie. He needs some adrenaline.
That's really
questioning
dangerous.
really if democracy can survive unregulated social media.
I think democracies are very challenged right now and have not proven they can move fast enough or big enough to deal with the challenges that we are facing. And to me, that is part of what this race, this election is all about. Will we break the fever in the United States?
You got a fever, United States. I got a fever for a flavor of a Pringles. Don't eat Pringles. They've got bugs on them. I showed you that a couple weeks ago. This is just beyond gross, Oz. Yeah, you knew how to trigger me this morning by far. Bring the dead zombie corpse to tell me that he wants to stomp all over my First Amendment rights because he can't control my mind with 3 frickin' channels anymore like they did for the last 60 years. Oh. So, yeah, Democrats win. They're coming for your First Amendment. Oh, they will tell you you still have a First Amendment right, but it will be how they want you to exercise your First Amendment, not how you should be allowed to say and listen to whatever you want. No, because you listen to the wrong sources. You go to the trailer park instead of going to ABC News. So we got to take your rights away from you. Good clip, Oz. Gross and pissed me off. Never forget, it took CBS News and major media outlets more than 600 full-time employees, 600 and 769 days to confirm that the Hunter Biden laptop was real. We told you on day one, Beauty and the Boomer, Oz and I told you that laptop was 100% damn real, that we had been there, that we went on a VPN, got onto a server somewhere in China and watched the damn thing, and it 100% was his laptop and videos that he recorded himself. Jilly, you were there, and I remember you being there. She can attest for me. We told you so. So, yeah, here's your mainstream media. They can't get these guys to control us any longer because we figured out they're lying frauds, and they don't like it. They don't like it one bit. So they're going to keep lying to us. What's the October surprise going to be? Has anybody got a bingo card? We should have a bingo card for the October surprise this year. See what it's going to be. Who's going down in the October surprise? Let's see what the Pigs of Empire are up to today. God, more doctors? Okay, hold on. Hello. Yeah, this is her. Masta, 524.74. Oh, I haven't. Okay. Noon today? I thought it was coming in at 1 o'clock today. I just had somebody else call and confirm for 1 o'clock today. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I'm a podcaster and I'm literally live on the air, but I can wrap this show up here in about 20 minutes, and yeah, I can be there at noon. Okay. Today is just a pre-op appointment, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, then I can be there at noon. But yeah, they already checked me in. I had somebody call and check me in a little while ago. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Oh, my God. The incompetence of these people. So literally, they called me 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, and a lady says, be here at 1 o'clock, even though the appointment was for 12:30. And I understand he's a surgeon. He's probably getting called into some surgery. So they're like, can you be here at noon? I'm like, okay, I guess, but you guys told me what? He's like, oh, she shouldn't have done that. Anyways, we're going to have to wrap this up. Let me check this deck, see what's important. I think we're just going to skip down to meme. Oh, we got to play this one. This one's too fucking funny. I still have about 20 minutes before I got to walk out the door. The hospital is about a 20-minute ride. So, okay, let's check this one out. This is funny.
FBI guy, is there any reason why your pants are that tight? Come on now, that's like a layer of skin. I know it was hard getting those pants on. That's totally unacceptable. That was unnecessary, those tight ass pants, man.
Totally unnecessary.
This guy is wearing yoga pants.
Are those government issue? I don't know if those are government issue. The dude's wearing yoga pants, the FBI. I just thought that was too damn funny. We're going to skip on down to Meme Alley. I knew I wasn't going to get through this deck. I told you this, Oz. And we'll do some Meme Alley, and we will get the hell out of here. Look at, we're missing so much today. Get out of here, pop-ups. I really wanted to do Hollywood Go Fuck Yourself. There's a lot of good stuff in there. You know what? Maybe we'll go live tomorrow morning with the same deck. If they don't schedule me for surgery tomorrow, we will go live again at 10 a.m. tomorrow in regular time, and we will finish this deck up. I hate robbing you guys, and I have such a good time hanging out with you. I'm so sorry, but this is what it's going to be like for probably the next quite a few months. I'm scheduled for chemo till after Thanksgiving, so bear with me, guys. You got to be flexible. We got to be flexible to do this, and we're going to do this. It gives me something to look forward. People are like, why are you pushing yourself to do these streams? Because it motivates me. It gives me a reason to get out of bed. It gives me a reason to read the news and not be depressed. So thank you guys so much. And yeah, let's get started with some Meme Alley real fast. Let me bring it back into slide mode. And we will start here. Here we go. Okay. Still hear it? Yeah, I think you can still hear me. Okay, so people don't realize how hard it is to speak truth to power in the world full of people that don't realize they're being lied to. Edward Snowden, 100%. They're all being lied to. And, you know, how do you speak truth to them? They just, you're conspiracy theorists. I don't understand how you're always broke. Don't you try and budget? Me? Budgeting doesn't help if you're not paid enough in the first place. Yeah, you can't budget zero. You can try all you want. It ain't going to work. And thank you, Oz. I like that reface. Yours is a little scary, though. I don't know what you're supposed to be. You look like Igor, maybe. And what does this say? Add bleach after water. Do not. Oh, I'm doing the laundry. Taking the laundry out. That's what we do at the trailer park. Idolizing politicians is like believing that strippers really like you. Yeah, they don't really like you. And neither do the politicians. They just want your money. Nat's in the hospital. Natalie, what is going on? Oh my gosh. Thoughts and prayers out to you. Poor Nat. I didn't catch what's going on. I will personally message you when I get off the air and find out what's going on. I'm going to save this for tomorrow because it's hilarious. Yeah. Come on. We're going to save that for tomorrow. Employee shortage is so bad that long-haired freaky people may now apply. That's a great meme. What in the world makes you believe you need what you actually need? Yeah, that's true. We do need that. They sell us individualist philosophy because we can't defeat them alone. That's right. And the bottle comes back. The note says, stay where you are. The U.S. has gone crazy. I love this. I'm going to actually do something with that. Okay, I'm going to save some of these memes till tomorrow. We're going to get out of here, so I'm going to skip down. We'll skip all of the pandering for money. And I've got a great closing song. Great closing song. Oh, look at all that good stuff we got for tomorrow. Julian Assange. Here we go. Okay. I'm sorry I had to cut it short. That's why I tried to go early this morning. I knew today was going to be crazy. This whole week's going to be crazy. But then I will get into a routine. Once I get all the ports in and we get the, initial setup of the chemo out of the way, I'll know what days I'm doing chemo. I'll be able to schedule better, and it won't be so chaotic, I promise. So thank you guys for being so flexible with me, and Trailer Park Strong, man. I am Trailer Park Strong. Thank you to Mastermind for coining that for me, and thank you all for joining me this morning. The road's bumpy, but we're taking it, and much love to you. I'm out of here so I can, maybe go to the bathroom, grab something to drink before I get my stuff packed up, before I got to head out to the hospital. So thank you so much. I will take care. I will see you guys in the morning, but if you don't, it's because they decided to rush me into surgery to put the port in. So we got to play it by ear. Either way, as soon as I have time, I will be live. I try to go live in the morning because it's a good time slot, but maybe I should start being a little flexible and going live later in the days. I could do that too. So you just never know when I'm going to pop up anymore. Anyways, I love this song. It's Grandson, Blood in the Water. I brought you guys Grandson actually singing it many, many years ago. I'd say 3 or 4 years ago. And this song has just been on my mind lately. It is, how you going to drink the water when there's blood in it? The price of your greed is your son and your daughters. And that's absolutely true. Okay, guys, I am out of here. Much love. If you want to help me out, donation links are all down below. I will see you, hopefully, tomorrow.
We'll never get free, lamb to the slaughter. What you gonna do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gonna do when there's blood in the water? Look me in my eyes, tell me everything's not fine, or the people ain't happy, and the river has run dry. You thought you could go free, but the system is done for. If you listen real closely, there's a knock at your front door. We'll never get free, lamb to the slaughter. What you gonna do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gonna do when there's blood in the water? When there's blood in the toxic. You poison me just for another dollar in your pocket. Now I